Yo, what's good, everybody? My name's Underrated Zane. We back. This is gonna be a quick video. You guys already know I've been in Tekken for a little bit now. You'll see my shorts, you'll see my clips. Tonight we're doing a little something different. This today we talking about the patch notes, but so even a beginner like me, you can understand. We're not going into deep nitty gritty, but today we're gonna sit here with my good friend Delirium, and we're gonna go over the patch notes for season 3 because since they're very high anticipated patch notes, we all want to know what we would change for our favorite character, and of course, what would this mean? What would this mean? What would this mean? Will this mean that we have something good going on? What, or is this another fake promise from Bandai Namco? But let's, you know what I'm saying, let's be hopeful. Let's get into this. Let's enjoy and go over these patch notes. I will be yapping a little bit, my boy Delirium. Promise you guys, I won't make it too long, but I'm under to make it understandable at the least. All right, so let's hop into this and let's enjoy this. All right. We got my bro Delirium. What's up, brother? What's good? What's good? What's the word?
What's poppin', man? What's
How
good
you
with you?
feeling? How you feeling?
Man, I'm good. I'm just looking at these notes, bro.
All right. We're going straight in nitty gritty. I wanted, like I said, I wanted to go straight in. Talk about rank. What exactly from rank? Because again, I hold you up in high place in the Tekken world. You know what I'm saying? For me, you are a vet. I'm just a newcomer to this. And you know what I'm saying? Just going over some of the passions, like I said. One of the things that I wanted to talk about, especially for people that's again new to the game, this is the first year in Tekken. They want to do competitive. They want to understand what's going to change. And I looked a little bit at rank point gain and loss adjustments, and reading over it a little bit, seeing that the motion is a little bit more withheld. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be demoted as fast, I would say. You know what I'm saying, quote unquote. But it also trying to push you to be a little bit more intensifying to do your matches. You know what I'm saying? Or, what we had seen, especially season 2 and season 1, was the one and dones. A lot of people was one and
Mm-hmm.
done it. And one thing that definitely stood out was doing your revenge matches. So this is a good intensification for that. That if you lose a match, instead of one and done it, no, go for that. And even if you win, you get an extra revenge bonus for winning that
Mm-hmm.
rematch. And I think that is a very good move from Tekken to add that to combat it in a healthy way. Because you don't want to be like, yo, I'm gonna make y'all lazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bless you with all this so that y'all don't throw and do the most. I think this is also a little bit from, hey, I can do so much, but it's your behavior that has to change. And I think that's still, you know what I'm saying, stands it's a little bit nice. I did see though, which is I think I don't know. You can correct me on this one. I thought win streak bonuses was until you hit Tekken King, and I
Mm-hmm.
seen they lowered it to Bushin now, which is
Mm-hmm.
an unexpected move. But I did see that a lot of OGs was complaining that Tekken King was a little bit, you know what I'm saying, too much. A lot of people say, yo, there are a lot of people that shouldn't be in Tekken King. So, and making the bonuses go that long made it easier for people to just one and done, keep winning, one and done, keep winning, and get to Tekken King and then
Yeah.
struggle. So I get
Yep.
it as well. What are your opinions about these changes for rank adjustments and gain and loss?
In my honest God opinion, when it comes to that, it's a good thing. And here's why. Because not only does it push the initiative of trying to get out of blue rank if you're trying to get better, but it also shows that they want you to have a appreciate the follow, Rip Turner. It gives you to an initiative to basically get beyond blue rank.
Hmm.
And here's why I say it's a good thing. Because beyond the rank changes when it comes to it, the motion thing, let's talk about that real quick. I think it's dope. And then also the reward that you said, that gives more people a more drive to be like, I want this bonus, man. Let me do that run back. You feel me? Because you know
Yeah,
in the heat of battle, Zane, how many times have we been one and done through season 1 and 2?
facts. A lot,
Too
a
many,
lot.
too many. And boy, I watched your matches, you watch my matches. So it's a big thing. Being a person that's been playing for a long time, from every fighting game that I played, that's been a norm. But to say that they combated it in a positive way, I would agree with you because it's something that's needed in this community where we've seen nothing but negativity to a degree. You feel me?
Hmm.
So that's one definitely good change. How I feel about it being pushed back to Bushin, cool, but I wanted I in my opinion because honestly Tekken really starts during Tekken King. You really start feeling Tekken once you hit Tekken King, so I think that's a good thing. But also, it's something that could possibly be a thing that people complain about, but we gonna see. In my
Hmm.
opinion, it's a good thing because it's gonna make the people who are in blue rank try to get past that. You feel me? Because it's like,
Yeah,
oh, I get this bonus, cool, whatever. But let me see if I can go beyond, plus ultra. You feel me? That's
yeah.
that's what I see with it. That's just me. But you go ahead.
I feel you. And I do agree with that. And I think, especially the part where it's kind of incentivize people to be a little more careful, and I would say careful, but more known about how they play and being more aware of how you play. And I think especially when, and I hope that when they say that, especially when it goes to thresholds and about adjusting, giving points accordingly, and going to play style and how each person plays and wins and loses. I do hope that there will be a flexibility in it, that it won't be something standard. But as we see, for example, let's say a person that tries the best, gets like losing in a losing streak, but doesn't one and done people and keeps trying and then starts to get his motion and then winning and stuff like that. I hope that that person does get a little bit more points just for trying compared to somebody one and done trying to keep their win streak, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and then say, yo, I'm getting the same points. I hope those points get lower. So I hope they're getting a good system in to even out small things like that, because we all have seen people that, you know what I'm saying, try to disconnect just so they don't lose a winning streak, so they don't lose a promotion and stuff like that. And again, it makes it's so annoying. It makes the opponents feeling like, dang, I'm trying my best here, and people just disconnecting, and you don't get paid. You know what I'm saying, you don't get awarded for staying in the game. You just lost your time, and that person gets a minor punishment. I hope those things also will be added or restricted during those phases. But I
Yeah.
think, like I said, like you said as well, like it's good that they listen to the community and added some small but yet positive things that can be of a great effect. You know what I'm saying, impact. And I think the downside of it all is like, yo, they stayed quiet for a long time. A lot of people's talking about, yeah, I'm very scared about these points. I'm very curious. I don't know what's going on, but I gotta give it to them though, because sometimes silence is required. Sometimes we gotta work in silence so we can get in what we learned and heard, trying to break those apart, trying to see what is implementable in the current season or the next upcoming season. Because if we keep talking back and forth, where comes the moment that the team gets to, you know what I'm saying, do the changes that's necessary? Because again, no game is perfect. So if I keep talking to the community and the community keeps complaining, I get it. You feel like defeated before you even start because you don't get a chance to start somewhere. So I would say kudos to the Tekken team. And maybe it's my hot take, but I say kudos to the Tekken team for not being always on communication. I would say being quiet in a development moment, just creating a base from here, and then give people the space to then adjust, criticize on a good way, and then adjust and go from there. I think that's a good thing, because a lot of people was complaining about rank. A lot of people was complaining about the one and duns and being it too
Mm-hmm.
easy as certain for certain characters. So this is a
Oh yeah.
good thing. This is definitely a good move. I would say kudos to Tekken. Again, Tekken team, developer team. Maybe I'm the only one. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you did good. That's a good thing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and to add on what you said, bro, because like we bouncing off of each other, I agree. The thing that in my mind is that sometimes you need that silence because let's be real, a lot of these Tekken players, and this is speaking from somebody that's been playing the game for a long time, and fighting games in general, you got to give people time to digest something because there's a lot of people that are digested and they'll nurture the taste. They'll start, okay, I see what they were going for. Do they like it or not? Seeing where the game would be. Then there's those who digest what just was brought out, and they're like babies. They just want to complain. You know what I mean? They just want to have something to complain about, and in actuality, they're not being, for one, mature, and two, being very very disciplined in the fact that, oh, maybe let's grow with the game, let's let them take their time, let's see. In my opinion, it's the right direction right now, even though it's not drastic like some of these people want it to be. But this patch is definitely heading towards the right direction, and I say that with love because once rank is available again, everybody's going to see where their footing is for the game. And
Yep,
looking at
for
these,
sure.
looking at the changes for like I'm looking at health changes right now, right? I'm looking
Hmm.
at damage changes on a lot of things, and there's a lot of stuff I definitely still have to go over with my characters for sure. But as a whole, I would say this is a positive step forward towards a direction where the game can definitely grow. And it's only going to be a matter of time when we get to where Tekken is fun again. That's what I'm looking for. So
That's yeah.
yeah,
That's facts. That's facts. And I'm happy to hear that from a vet to have a positive outlook towards the changes in the new season. Because again, everybody's ready to, what I'm saying, trash on the new season because of
oh
lack
yeah,
of communication and all that kind of stuff. But what I'm saying, and again, I love to be, I can love to call myself a fair gamer or honest gamer. If something is good, it's good. If something is bad, it's bad.
yeah,
But you do need to have and to give the developers team a moment of space to adjust and to improve their game. If you keep piling on and keep, what I'm saying, pushing down the development team, you're not gonna go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point, you just yapping. You just straight
yep,
yapping. And again, it's not gonna help anything. You know what I'm saying? So I'll definitely agree with that. So going down, you know what I'm saying? We go down the patch notes. These again, there a lot of things was already spoken in some videos before, like a couple weeks, I think it's a couple months before, and it was about the rage, or not about rage, sorry, about the heat dash, the
the heat
wall,
system.
the heat system, the engagers a little bit, and that changes things like wall span and stuff like that, which is a great thing. It doesn't create minutes logs of combos. That it's at some point you just, you know what I'm saying, get you a bag of popcorn, and you see a Jin go at your character for at least 20 seconds. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like it used to be. If you meet a good Jin, he will make a combo go, and if you even respond, yeah, you're gonna combo number two. You know what I'm saying? So that it's at least 100 damage right there. So to give a nod to defense, a little bit of space, so you can actually respond and make it a fight, just like in, I would say, just like in real life. Sometimes there's always a space where that person gets exhausted of, you know what I'm saying, hammering and mashing, where you can, you know what I'm saying, get a little counter attack in. So to bring that, a little bit of that in the game again, to where defense becomes a little bit more important, I would say. It's not just about hammering now. Now defense can have its place. And that's what I'm
yeah,
hoping for. You know what I'm saying? Looking
yeah.
at the common fixes and seeing how things like tornadoes fix things like low tornadoes in certain characters' behaviors, like Jin's sliding knockback. So again, there's key things and moves for certain characters. Again, they can spin you, and hey, you're gonna be down for half of the match, and it's not gonna be fun anymore. So to be able to look for that and check for counters and adjust the battle system is a great thing to do. And I'd say that's, again, that's a good thing. Maybe this is what they mean with back to basics, bringing back defense a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Not you being able to just brainless attack and, you know what I'm saying, enjoy from that state and that's it. Because if you even look at the high elo games, you know what I'm saying, if the tournaments, the evos, at a certain point, you see that that person just cannot react because of how long that combo is. There is no
Yep.
defense moment because if you want to back, that's an attack. If you want to slide left, that's an attack. If you want to slide right, you're getting uppercut from the ground up, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So to do that, see this, hey, for me in my part, I think any change is good change from this point on.
Right. And I would say when it comes to stuff like that too, it's like let's change together. Like let as a
Mm-hmm.
community, like not saying obviously if something needs to be changed and something needs criticism and it needs something to be fixed, let's do it very how would I say it? Not complaining, like let's be more, you know, intentional with our
Mm-hmm.
criticism instead of it being something that's like, oh, like just something that the wise would complain about and just mash and press down on the devs when they're trying to make changes. And if you give them, you know, constructive criticism that actually can help instead of like doing it all wild, because people see the thing people don't understand, and a lot of people, and I mean this in the sense of when it comes to criticizing something, if you want something to be better, you don't have to be overly aggressive. You don't have to be overly arrogant. You could be stern. You could be intentional, like I said, and you can give what the problem is without all this side yapping that you want to add to it.
Yep.
You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that's where growth comes in, maturity comes in, and a lot of people don't get that. Like, and mind you, devs might have their direction or their mind when it comes to the game, but if they listen to the community and actually apply these changes with good intentions, that'll be different. I'm pretty sure the community would get more out of the devs
Mm-hmm.
if they had good intentions and came the right way. You know, that's just my opinion. But yeah,
Facts. I totally agree. Totally agree. And you know what I'm saying, going in and when going to the character, I was like, yo, I saw again. There's for certain characters, new moves is coming, and I might not go in depth for all the characters because now I'm gonna be here all night. But what I've seen, especially some characters, I want to talk about because again, I know every character is gonna get a new move. Um, um, Again, we're gonna see those moves in action soon enough. But what do you think? Because before we started, I said some people have characters have like four moves, some have two. Like everybody has maybe at least one, but
one,
I
yeah,
feel a disparity between some having four, three, then one have some have only one, and that one being something with that has to do with sidestep, being something added to the sidestep that should been there. You know what I'm saying, from the get go.
yeah.
What do you think about that difference?
Um, so my how I feel about that when it comes to certain characters getting more moves than others, what is the intention behind it? For
Mm-hmm.
example, right, Raven got one move, right,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a good example I could give because I haven't looked at everybody's moves in particular. I looked at some Falconrons, which is also my character, but my main is Raven. What they gave Raven is something that he can use universally. What up, Josh? And when it comes to universally using this move,
Mm-hmm.
it's out of a stance that he used for everything in this game. You know, that little ninja stance where he puts his
Mm-hmm.
hands. That Soul Zone. When he goes into Soul Zone, the new move they gave him, he could do it out of back turn. He could do it out of other things and etc. Well, not all the
Mm-hmm.
way back turn, but like just pretty much, it's a move that can be used in multiple situations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, however, depending on how I can use it, I wonder if they're like, okay, this new move can go be used in multiple situations. Let that be, instead of that being just one move, let it be in multiple uses. So situations where you need to use it, you can use it. Mind you, it's safe
Mm-hmm.
because that move right there. It's crazy to think about it being safe. But
Yeah,
that's
thanks.
just me.
Yeah.
But those who get other like, and let me actually top this all off. Anna getting multiple new moves and other characters getting multiple new moves like Alyssa. What's the intention behind it? Is what I'm saying. Is it to cover up some of it? Because mind you, those characters got nerfed heavy too. You see what I'm saying? They got nerfed. So what is the intention of giving these new moves to them? Is it to cover up their lack, or is it to make them a solid character that's still unique? Because if you look at the patch notes at the top and what it say, we're bringing back character specific things and character individuality. It's at the very top. You can look at the patch notes. They say that,
Yeah.
and I'm like, character individuality.
Mm-hmm.
I like the sound of that, but what do you mean by that? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's the intention? Like, is this gonna make some characters OD? What up, AJ? This man hating on my character, but depending on what their intentions are when it comes to these changes, hopefully is not. Hopefully these changes don't make them too OD like how we had at the beginning of season 2. Because God, that was a cesspool of That was fire. Like everybody was hating on season two. You remember that?
Yeah.
Everybody was
Hmm.
complaining. It was going on for months throughout the seasons. Now with this being out, I like where they're going, but let's see. Let's let it marinate for a bit. Let's get all this out the way. This is day one. Let's see where this is gonna go. What's gonna be these changes? What do they mean for the Tekken community? And where should we go next? That's my
Yeah.
goal.
No, I feel you. That's definitely a good way to describe the adjustment in the direction we want to go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's a good, actually a good thing to say. Like, what is the intention? That's
Mm-hmm.
key. I found that that's key. The intention of it. What's the intention? So that, with that being said, and when I look at, for example, my character is Azucena,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing her getting more of a, let's call it, hop kick for the sidestep,
Yeah.
um, I would say it's a good thing. She is already a very leggy person using legs,
Yeah.
but for a sidestep, she uses a punch. So to add that to the mix to give her a little bit more of sauce, I would say it's welcome for sure.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Again, it gives you a little more freedom because at a certain point, I don't know if you have also seen it, or for certain characters, I felt like sidestepping wasn't really there. There was no win to sidestep, especially with everything being very trackable. I think if you know your small Tekken, some things are winnable, or some things is profitable to sidestep. But if you look at the grand scheme of things, especially for certain characters, I'm gonna call for Azucena, a lot of her kicks, if you're gonna sidestep, you know what I'm saying, it gives her the promotion for, hey, thank you for sidestepping the direction that I needed you to go. That's good,
Mm-hmm.
especially for, again, in her attack. But giving her defense sidesteps, you know what I'm saying, doing the sidestep and then do the punch, or now adding the kick, again, gives it a little bit of extra mix. I do hope that it gives a, or feels a little bit nuance to sidestepping a little bit more. I feel like even though Tekken is a 3D game where sidestepping is very easy to do for, I would say, most part, but
Mm.
it isn't, isn't really promoted because it's very character dependent. For some characters, if you don't sidestep, yeah, you're gonna lose the game. For other characters, if you sidestep enough, hey, and you have, again, you have your good technique in, that's a win. You know what I'm saying? Because some people go in a flow state, and you know that they have to uh, uh, um, sidestep, so you can get them out of their balance and get them out of their flow state. And if you see that, now it's more push universally to push for sidesteps, to push for changing your way of playing the game, then I would say it's welcome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I
And I
agree.
and I think even adding your Raven extra move, I feel like that's also added to, now you can use that same move defensively. Now you can use the same move going sidestep. Now you can use the same move again. It adds more to the defense. You don't have to. You're not. I would say you're not forced to simply attack anymore.
Yeah.
It's more of like, hey, I'm a like kickboxing. Some moves in kickboxing are to just get your opponent off of you so you can reset.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think, and I hope, again, I haven't seen all the moves in gameplay yet, but I hope that's the direction they're going for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To balance it out. Because again, if you look at the first moves, then if you look at season two, the moves that was added in season two were all attacking moves. It
Yeah.
added to the mix. It wasn't, again, I wouldn't say all were bad moves, but it was also heavy reliant on attack. Yo, let me use
Offense.
the,
Yeah.
yeah, offensive, very offensive. Everything was so offensive, and then again, it was so offensive that it was trackable, and it was no use to do a sidestep, because if the moment you sidestep, you're getting hit. So again, doing this, adding this as well, added to it, I think is a good thing. It's a good thing to add. It's definitely a good thing to add.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I was checking my messages because like I'm seeing everybody talk about it now.
Yeah.
Some people like they're like, oh, they put train wheels on my character. Oh, what was the purpose of this? Like I said, everybody's gonna have an opinion, but what is this gonna mean for the community as a whole? You know what I mean? So in my mind, when it comes to that stuff, like I'm interested to see what, like I said, not only the intentions behind these moves, but for me, what is like I'm a person who's been playing the game for a long time, so obviously I've seen tech, I've seen things when it comes to the game from high level to low level, you name it.
Hmm.
But the thing that I'm very curious to see is, is there more expression? Is there more personality? Is
Yeah.
there more individuality when it comes to? Because that's one thing I can say about Tekken. Everybody, like, obviously in this game before the patch and everything like that, a lot of people were doing the same things. But then you would catch some people who wouldn't play. Like, for example, you have people who play Azucena, right?
Hmm.
But not everybody play Azucena the same. Some
True.
people do more side steps. Some people do more of the low mix. Some people do the overhead. You feel me? Or they'll do the pressure one thing, or they'll do the 1-1-2 setup that she got, like, or the 1-1. It all depends on what was in your personality. I wonder with this patch will we get more personality too. You know what I mean? Because that's one thing I loved about Tekken is because for example, shout out to all my head honchos out there, my Raven players, right?
Mhm.
Shout out Fury, shout out Immortal Soul, shout out Shinobi Kun, Hayes, all the homies. Like all the people who are definitely like the OGs and the number one Raven spot holders, right? Every one of them play Raven, right? But none of them play Raven the same. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yep. Yep.
none of them play them the same. So I'm wondering with this patch, will it make them have more personality and will it
Yeah.
show through, or will it be on some like you got to do the same thing if you want to win? That's what
Mm.
I'm
Yep.
curious
Yep.
to see what it's like. My
Hmm.
criticism, like that was one criticism I had because when you would see top level players in tournaments or just people like for example we in the lobby, right? You would see people who play their characters. Some of them would do this a lot of the same things because if they wanted to win, you had to do that because it worked. You feel me? Now, if we going forward, that's what I'm looking, for more people to be more expressive with their moves, not even using the same setups or the same strings. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for. But
Yeah.
that's just me. So yeah.
Yeah. I think especially again, I was just reading Azucena's notes as we were here, right? And again, again, it was we was just talking about it, and I didn't even read it like in details. But again, I'm reading the last part in the upper section, right? And it says, addition to of tools to suppress lateral movement, tracking on the moves, da, 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 and then ended with this. Additionally, the startup has been revised, making it easy to use it as a defensive counter attack in certain situations. So again, it's just off the dome. You know what I'm saying? So to see this and read it back, it's like, okay, we're on a good track. It's intensifying defensive counterattacks, defensive movements, defensive ways to reset, to attack, to back off, to counter, to give more characters which were more attacking, more offensive, specific or grounded. Like I was saying, being very offensive, being very tricky. You know what I'm saying? With a lower end, a mix and stuff like that, and also being very weak when it comes to lateral movement and when it comes to the neutrals. So then seeing this, giving her a tool to counter the you know what I'm saying, the lateral movement and the neutrals with something defensive against certain situations again. So it's gonna force you to get better with your character because you know what I'm saying, it's not gonna be always, it's gonna be certain. So now you're gonna
Yeah.
be more, now you're gonna work with a little bit more small Tekken again. So seeing this, reading this again for us to send up, beautiful work. I'll say it's beautiful work. And if I go over the patch notes for like people like Brian and again, it's all coming down back to we're trying to incentivize defense, trying to incentivize counterattacks. This is take away the whole concept of offensive and offensive power and ability. No, because some characters got damaged nerfs, but others got a damage buff. So again, it's been fairly. I mean, maybe fairly is a too big of a statement
Mm,
because we haven't seen the gameplay. But right now, I would say an early fairly balance is applied to all characters because where some just got balance, where some had less tracking, gets more or less advantage or frame rates and stuff like that. Others get a damaged nerf or buff. elsewhere. Some get less tracking, others get more tracking. It sounds to me that again that they listened to the community and every character got hit. You know what I'm saying? And maybe got hit sounds very negative, but it's more in the sense of yo, no character was untouched. Every character was tweaked with, every character was checked with, every character was seen, which were their strength points, which were their low points, and again, every character got a little something. Now, is it good for everybody? I know for sure some fans will still be crying. You know what I'm saying? It comes with the territory, but I think still where a lot of characters had a lot of leeway, you know what I'm saying, getting those leeways reduced and forcing certain characters to be more skill based. Hey, that's on you if you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like seeing the list of Devil Jin of how much things has been fixed and has been balanced. You know what I'm saying? You as maybe a Jin may be like, yo, buff Jin, buff Jin. But now Jin is more on the skill list. You know what I'm saying? I think now Jin is more skillful than just being based on aerial attacks and you know what I'm saying, put it in auto mode and I'll just play with you the whole map and kill you and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, Devil has a lot of aerial moves that if you miss the sidestep, it's gonna track and it's gonna come along combo. His damage was fair, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
in certain situations. So to see the balance is gonna strip the autoplay like Lydia has, the autoplay, you know what I'm saying, that flow state, and gives you the more like, okay, no, 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 now you have to work for it. I'm giving you, you know what I'm saying, Tekken is like, I'm giving you the stuff, but now you have to work for it.
Yep.
You know what I'm
That's true.
saying? It's just, because let me see, like, I'm not even talking about Jack. You know what I'm saying? Jack 8,
Oh, that man
you
was
know what I'm saying?
a
It was
villain.
OD. It was a villain. June, we're not even talking about June. June gave you a Kamehameha after Heat,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy.
She had they buffed it to where she could do it whenever. I was like,
You
I
know
don't
what I'm
know how
saying?
to feel about that, dog. Like,
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But again,
bro.
some things have been. She's not that safe anymore though, and
Yep.
I can appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I can, and I appreciate that balance. And that's what again, that's why I can appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Same for Law, same for Blade Lars. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I think Leo Leo got a lot of balances. You know what I'm saying? That I did see coming because again, Leo was pretty okay. I mean, when that auto combo come, it's over with. But
Oh no, yeah, true.
you know what I'm saying? But here, checking real quick in Lydia. Lydia getting a lot of damage buffs. I'm sorry, nerfs because
Yeah,
again,
I
she's
needed it.
way
Yeah.
too locked in with autoplay to hit you and you stop. You see what I'm saying? You staying down. You can't do any the counters. Blah 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 blah. So they said, okay, you know what? We're gonna balance it out. We're gonna nerf her damage. On the other side, though, some things might stick and stay, but you gotta work for it, Lydia fans, Lydia players, Lydia mains. That auto parry control stay flow thing you got going on, yeah, now you got to work for that. You know what I'm saying? Now people can have a chance to fight back a little bit more when the pressure's on fire. So to put these things in all the characters, all I'm seeing is, hey brothers, it's time to put some homework in. Y'all did great. Now it's time to get your homework back together. You know what I'm saying? It's a new school year. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna level up. And last year we learned about being offensive. Today we're gonna learn about being balanced. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's not even focused on solely defense. You know what I'm saying? It's not even solely it's just defense. No. It's about playing balanced. And so
Yep.
I'm gonna say the key word for this season, call it season three, the season of balance,
Yep.
in my opinion. And will people complain? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm very looking forward to people that as what's his man name again, yo? People like Phi. I'm very curious of people like Phi and who how they think about it and boom 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 boom. I'm
Talking
very
about
curious.
FDX.
Yeah, FDX. My bad. Yo,
I think he's talking about that right now.
yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm very curious to everybody to see how they do it and how they feel about it and stuff like that. But I was, this is my thing, my take for everybody. If you complain about more than, let's say 40% of this changes, that means you loved season two. I'm gonna tell you right now. That means you love season two and you don't like to go back to the lab. I'm just saying that. I'm just stating the obvious right now. If you're a person that says, you know what I'm saying, I like more most of the changes, but I don't like it because I'm forced to change my way of playing, I will challenge you to, hey, be encouraged because let's be for real. If you always play the same way, you will not always keep winning. People will
Yeah,
download your gameplay. People will adjust. So if you're not gonna adjust, now you will be forced to adjust because
that's
you're not gonna win.
very true.
You're not gonna win. Life is about adjustment. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gotta change. If you want to or not, you gotta change. So that is my word. You know what I'm saying? Del, I don't know what you want to add to it, but go ahead. The floor is yours.
I agree. Like, because I'm looking at some things I'm gonna have to change right now with my character and some
Facts.
stuff. But that's because they changed heat and they changed the properties of rage art and all that. So there's a lot of stuff
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely gonna have to lab over. But
All right.
I'm with it. I'm
Yeah, me
excited to
too.
see where this season of Tekken 8 go, and I'm happy to say that I'm a Tekken player. And honestly, with these changes, I'm hoping that this brings not just more people to come play it, but more people to actually understand Tekken as what it is. Because not only playing Tekken didn't teach me just to be good at fighting games. Tekken as a
Mm.
whole taught me how to have discipline. Because when you want to get good at something, you want to get good at it through the ups and the downs,
Yeah,
through
you
the
facts.
wins and the losses. That's what I'm hoping Tekken does for a lot of people, and that's where my mind is for sure. Like, yes, there's a lot of things that needed to be fixed in this game, but I'm hoping with this direction forward,
Mm-hmm.
we can have a situation to where this game is fun for all. Like I
Amen.
said before.
Big facts, big facts. And I want to add to it as well to say as in, hey, give it some space. You know what I'm saying? Get through the game, enjoy it, test it out. Don't go straight to the DAF office, complain. Just go, you know what I'm saying? Just experience it a little bit. Go through it, adjust, and let's see how it goes. Again, nothing is perfect. Adjustment, there's always space for adjustment. But let's let this land first. Let's let them cook. Let's season up. Let's eat for a bit and see how it goes. And then we can say, you know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Delirium. Um,
Oh, you already know,
Thank you for
man.
coming through and having this conversation. Like I
No
said,
problem.
I wanted to talk about the big aspects of the patch notes because I think a lot of people be reading those and be like, "Yo, they go straight to complaining." You know what I'm saying? They go straight,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying, straight to complaining.
Facts.
They don't understand nothing, and to be able to again. 5DX is a very good example, you know what I'm saying, going in the depth. But I think that for people that's a little bit, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to go that deep, but they still want to understand the concept, the thought process, the intent of the season. Where are we going? And I think that we was definitely being able to give that space to people to think. For, hey, this is where your game's going right now. It's in balance mode right now. So we gotta adjust. We got to adjust, even if you don't want to. But you know what I'm saying. You gotta adjust. Everybody got, you know what I'm saying, got changed. So to all
Oh yeah.
y'all, you know what I'm saying, recent players, to all your complaining vets, stop complaining. To all the recent players, don't go to the complaining tweets and posts. Go sit there and enjoy the game for yourself. See what you got to change to get better, and maybe get further in ranks. You know what I'm saying, and then we can see
Oh,
what's up.
facts.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
man. I'm with you, bro. I highly agree.
You know what I'm saying? So that's for me. If you haven't already, definitely drop a follow for Delirium Heart. He's a W, like I say, he's a vet. He's a vet, you know what I'm saying? W
Appreciate the love.
streamer, he's a W gamer, and definitely we needed more pushes for him, you know what I'm saying? So if you see him, tell him to lock in. Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, he's a W man's. But shout out to Delirium Heart, you know what I'm saying? If you ever definitely follow him, you know what I'm saying? Delirium Heart on all socials. Um for me, it's underrated saying. If you haven't already, drop us up, drop a like, drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? Same on all the socials, and we will be in the nitty gritty. You know, streaming during the week. Sometimes even in the weekends, do some Tekken runs, and especially the first couple weeks gonna be, you know what I'm saying, ranks and all that kind of stuff. Adjusting, labbing, open lobbies coming soon as well. But hey, like I said, yo, stay pending. Drop a follow, drop a sub, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace, my geese. Stay blessed.
Peace.